As you can see from my thumbnail, I got a new kitchen gadget. And I'm going to get started this morning. I've been looking at this one for a while. I did do a lot of research on it. And I thought, well, that would be something that I would really be interested in. This is the NutriMill. Let me get my puppies a treat. As you can hear, they're waiting. So give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. You ready for a treat? Good boy. Good girl. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do this morning is try out the NutriMill and see what I think of it. Like I said, I did do a lot of research on the NutriMill before I purchased it. And I think I'm going to like it because it is stone ground rather than having a blade, like a stainless steel blade grind. Sorry, my hair is still a little wet. Just got out of the shower and trying to get a few things caught up here before I got started. So my hair is everywhere this morning, so I apologize. But after we make some all-purpose flour, because you're going to be with me, so we're kind of going to do this together and try the meal out. Now, I'm not sure how loud that it's going to be or how my puppies are going to react. So this is a live review of the new NutriMill. As you can see from my thumbnail, it's very pretty. It's and I got this one because it's a natural color wood. And I really wanted the stainless steel, but they were out, so I went ahead and went with the black. It's called black, which would be the trim around the top and also the top of the lid. But as you can see, it's an all-natural bamboo. It's very attractive. And like I said, I just got it in. I was a little concerned when I seen the box that arrived yesterday because it was pretty bad. But thank goodness NutriMill does package very well, and my new grain mill was not damaged. So what I'm going to attempt to do, and of course this is a live, and this could be a very interesting live because I've never used it before. I just got it in yesterday, unboxed it, and I briefly read a little bit about it. So, as you've seen on the thumbnail, that is my new NutriMill. And I don't have the big box out, so it is a NutriMill Harvest. And this is the user guide that came with it. And then it also came with the Pleasant Hill grain. It came with a nice brush. Hopefully you can see that okay. And it had a few little other things added. And this one says created by created by nature, crafted for you. Handcrafted from sustainable sourced bamboo Each harvest grain mill is individual in color and pattern, reflecting the natural beauty of bamboo and providing a unique addition to your kitchen. And then it came with this little, oops, sorry my washer's on, I might be shaking a little bit. I have a heavy load in. It's about done, so sorry for the noise in the background. The manufacturer states that milling should be done for a maximum of 10 minutes at a time, but this is dependent on various factors, including the grain you're grinding, how fine you're trying to get the flour, and others. Many customers are able to grind longer with no problem, and if glazing does happen, running a couple handsful of white rice through the mill will remove it. So I thought that was very nice. So what I'm going to attempt to do, and of course this is an attempt, I'm going to attempt to make all-purpose flour using soft white wheat berries. Now the reason I'm using the soft white wheat berries this morning to try this out is because I'm going to be attempting to make all-purpose flour this morning, and then I'm going to bake some banana bread. So we'll see how this turns out with the flour and then what I think of it making the banana bread. And I did my research to see I have both soft white wheat berries and hard white wheat berries. And according to my research, if I'm going to be making banana bread, it states that the soft white wheat berries are better for the all-purpose flour because it's similar to a dessert and not a bread. Now your hard white wheat berries would be more for bread making if you want to making homemade bread. So you would want to use the hard white wheat berries and ground those to make your all-purpose flour. So this is what we're going to be using today. And these are an all organic white wheat berry. They don't have any preserves in it or anything. So I want to see what I think of it. I'm not really sure. Upon looking at the NutriMill, it's very pretty and it's heavy, heavier than I really thought it would be. So I'll try and lift this up a little bit. But it does have weight to it, and it is very, very pretty. Very stylish. So I'm going to set this over on my counter. Okay. I'll turn you around there where you can see where I've set it. And I'm going to be making the flour over on this counter because I'm not really sure how loud it's going to be. It could be, quite loud. According to the videos that I've been watching, it is a little loud. So what I'll do is, as I go through the process, I'll bring you closer. And then as it's starting to grind, because of the noise, I'll try to move the phone farther away. And like I said, this is all new. I just got it in yesterday. It just arrived yesterday. So this is just a trial and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cord ready. Okay, it does seem to have a nice cord. It's not real long. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, I'm removing the top. I'll bring you over here so you can see this. Let me bring you a little bit closer. Get you focused on the NutriGrain. Okay, I'm going to remove the top. And inside I have paper. It looks almost like it's got a small film around inside on the black from the factory. And this is the paper that's inside the NutriGrain. So I'm going to be following these instructions. It says, always turn on your grain mill before adding grain. Allow all grain to finish processing and loosen stones to coarse before turning off. When milling fine, to avoid damaging millstones, mill grains in 5-minute increments. Mill for 5 minutes and rest for 10 minutes. And then it has your flour textures, which is fine, turn clockwise, coarse, turn counterclockwise. And then it says what to mill. Mill any dry, non-oily grains. What not to mill is dried fruits or vegetables, sprouted grains or beans, if not thoroughly dried, herbs and spices, coffee beans, oily seeds, and nuts. So those are things that you are not to grind in there. Okay, and now I'll move you back over here. Okay, now I'm just going to look at this little pamphlet that came with it, the owner's manual, and it's not very big. And it has step-by-step instructions. So this could be a very interesting and a very interesting live. And it explains to you on the front what your grain mill is, the components, and how it works. And then it tells you for coarse, counterclockwise, and for fine, clockwise. And then inside, it's going to give you the step-by-step for grinding your grain into all-purpose flour and cleaning, how you clean this particular grain mill. So it says, before consuming flour, mill 2 cups of white rice and disregard. So I do have some white rice out, and we're going to put that through, and it says to grind it and then disregard it. So I do have a small bowl. I'm going to set that in front of the grinder. I hope you can see that okay. Let me see if I can move you a little bit closer here for now. And let me go ahead and get 2 cups of white rice. Hopefully you can see that okay. I've got a 2-cup measuring cup. And I have some white rice. So I'm going to get 2 cups of white rice. Okay, I have 2 cups of white rice. And it says to put 2 cups of white rice through this grain grinder before processing flour. To run it through and then disregard it before using it to grind the flour. So, I'll bring you back over to this side. I'm hoping you can see that okay. Kind of limited here on where I can set up. Okay. Raise that up a little bit and bring it in. Okay. So I have the grain grinder ready. I have my rice, white rice, 2 cups. I have a bowl set underneath of the spout. So now let me get my instructions. Place grain mill on a hard flat surface and plug into outlet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plug this in. And I'm not sure how loud this is going to be. Place bowl under the spout, which we have done. Always turn on mill before adding grain. Okay, that was on. So apparently it was in an on position when it arrived. So I'm going to turn it back on. Adjust texture, control knob until you hear the stones begin to grind. This is the starting point for fine-tuning your flour texture. Okay, so I want to turn it clockwise. I'm hearing the stones grinding. Hopefully that's not too loud. Whoa, that's really loud. Let me move you back. That's really loud. And this is the consistency that the rice came out. Very fine. Okay, that number one was very, very loud. I will let you know right off the bat. I jumped. I definitely jumped. That was a jump scare. So if you have people in the house that are resting, you probably don't want to turn this on. You probably want to do this whenever there's no one resting. This is the 2 cups of white rice that I ran through. And this is the consistency. Now it said to run these 2 cups through and then discard this white rice. And that's just to get your machine cleaned and ready for the first time that you use it. So this will be discarded. I'm not sure on the texture yet, but this is rice. So rice may be a different texture than the wheat berries. Again, you're doing this with me for the first time. So let's go ahead and get just a little bit of all-purpose flour. Okay, now this is just regular all-purpose flour, and I got just a little over a tablespoon. Now this would be the all-purpose flour that you would buy at the store. So what I'm going to be looking for is the same texture whenever I'm grinding. So I want something there that I can compare it to. So that's why I'm getting this all-purpose flour. Now, according to the research that I have been doing, for every cup of wheat berries, you should get at least a 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to get 2 cups. Because I'm going to be making banana bread. And I'm going to be needing, and this is the recipe book that I'm using for the banana bread. And I am going to need 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to start with 2 cups of the soft white wheat berries, and then I will see how much flour I'm getting. So I'm going to put another bowl under my grain mill, and I'm going to get 2 cups of soft white wheat berries. I'm going to move this rice that I already milled off to the side. That'll be discarded. I want to move this flour over here. That's the flour that I purchased from the store. So now I'm going to get 2 cups of my soft white wheat berries. I'm going to do this in 1/2 cups, I believe. just so I don't make a mess. Now I'm going to show you what the soft white wheat berries look like. They're very pretty. And I'm just going to start off with 2 cups. And then I will see how much flour that I'm going to get with the 2 cups. There, sorry, I was out of frame. And again, I'm going to keep you back because this is very loud, but you can see the new grain mill on the counter. And if you're just coming in, I'm just starting this out for the first time using the grain mill. So I did run the 2, it said to run 2 cups of white rice through the grain mill and then discard it. And this is the white rice that I ran through. And it is very loud. When it started grinding, when you first turned it on, it was like a hum. And then you turned it to get your stones touching, which was a little louder. But when it started to grind the white rice, it was a jump scare. It was loud. So I'm going to keep you back, and or I can mute. I might just mute if I take you closer because it is very loud. Okay, so I have 2 cups of the soft white wheat berries. I'm going to turn this on. Now I'm going to bring you over, but I'm going to mute you. I'm going to slowly start adding the flour, the wheat berries to the grinder. I'm sorry, I forgot I was on mute. As you can see, when I turned it back on, it did have a little bit more rice left in there. So I'm going to let that run for just a minute. I'm going to put my rice bowl back under there. And I went ahead and wiped this bowl clean again. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and let's see if there's any more rice left in there. So I'm going to go ahead and mute. Okay, now I'm going to put my flour bowl under and I'm going to start grinding some of the soft white wheat berries. So I'm going to mute. It's very loud. Okay, now I'm looking for, hi, good morning. I'm looking for the consistency of all white or all-purpose flour that I purchased from the store. And it's a powder. So what has come out is like a powder, but it's a little bit coarser. So I'm going to see if I can go just a little bit finer. Still a little bit coarse, so I'm going to go. I need to go clockwise, so let me go the other way. That is better. I'm going to go just a little bit more. I'm going to take it just a little bit more. Here's what I'm getting now. I'm going to go a little bit more. And it is loud, so I'm going to mute. Okay, I'm going to take it just a little bit more. It's getting finer. Okay, I think that's the consistency that I would want. So I'm going to mute and go ahead and finish grinding the rest of these. Okay, that looks like it's going to be about what I want. You can still hear it humming in the background. That's why I had it muted. It's very loud. Okay, and this is the flour, the all-purpose flour. It's a little bit thicker grain texture than the store-bought, but it's close. And it does feel warm. It's not hot, but it is warm to the touch. I think I would probably want to keep it about there. I don't think, maybe just a little bit more, but we'll see how my banana bread turns out. So now I want to see how much all-purpose flour that I got from my 2 cups of soft white wheat berries. Now you can see the difference in the color. This is the store-bought, and this is the fresh ground. It does have a little darker color. So we're going to go ahead and see how much flour, whole wheat flour, that I did get from the 2 cups of the soft white wheat berries. Okay. I have a 2-cup measuring cup, and I'm going to need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour to make my banana bread. Okay, there's 2 cups. And I think I'm going to get my 2.5 cups Okay, I put 2 cups of the white wheat berries, soft white wheat berries. I got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour once I ground them. And then I still have a small amount left. Maybe about a fourth of a cup or less. So I know that 2 cups of the soft white wheat berries will give me at least 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, if I ground it a little bit finer, it may end up giving me close to 3 cups. So I'll just have to tweak that and see what it does. So there is our flour. I'm pretty impressed with that. So here's the store-bought flour, and then here is the milled flour, all-purpose flour, and you can see the difference in the color. This has been bleached. This is a bleached all-purpose flour that I bought from the store, and this is an all-natural soft white wheat berry. So there's your 2 different colors that you're seeing, shades. There is a good bit of difference. This has more of a pinkish tint because it is all natural. So I'm going to make some banana bread and see what I think of the freshly ground flour. And again, that is the NutriMeal. I'll take you back over so you can see it because I'm done grinding. It is very nice. I like that it is wood. It will go with all of my light natural cabinetries that we're putting in, because these are the ones that are coming out. The cabinets that you've seen in my thumbnail are the new all-natural hickory, so that will blend very well in my kitchen. I do like that. Again, like I said, it's very loud. When I turned it on, it was a jumps. Whenever you first turn it on, it's a humming, and that was not bad at all. But as you start to turn it clockwise to get the grain as fine as you want it for your flour, for your all-purpose flour, of course the stones are touching and you got more noise. And then when I first put the rice in to run it through, of course it was a jump scare because it was loud. So that's what I think so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to make some banana bread with this all-purpose flour that I've ground today. And I will let you know what I think of the texture, the taste. And this is the white rice that I did send through, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there is a little bit of discoloration on the white rice, and I think that was it just trying to clean itself. So this will be discarded because that was the first step, to run 2 cups of white rice through and then discard it before milling your first flour. So that will be discarded. And so far, what do I think of it? I think I'm very impressed. Other than it is loud, I don't have flour everywhere. I was afraid it would be a big poof of flour, and as you can see over here, I do not have a lot of dust. There's just a wee little tiny bit of dust And if I would have had the lid on, it may not have even done that. I'm not sure. But so far, I'm impressed. And again, this is the NutriMeal. And this is the color black. I was really wanting the stainless steel, and they were out of stock. But I'm glad that I did go with the black. It's very nice. It's a nice addition. So that is the new NutriMeal. And we have our own fresh ground all-purpose flour that we have ground ourselves. And I have a bucket here. Let me show you again, these are the soft white wheat berries. And the ones that I purchased, and these are the soft white wheat berries. They come in a 25-pound container. There is no Mylar bag or any oxygen absorbers in it whenever you receive it. So when I opened it, I went ahead and put some oxygen absorbers in it, and it is sealed, and it is food safe. So this will be the first one that I use up. So this one is all natural. There's no preservatives. And it's 100% whole grain. So there is the brand that I purchased. So anyway, I hope that wasn't too boring. I hope that was informative. I like to share when I get new kitchen gadgets and what I think of them. As you can see, the soft white wheat berries are absolutely beautiful. And I have officially ground my first all-purpose flour using the NutriMeal. Now, if you're interested in purchasing this one, it is very pricey. I think mine was around $499 before tax. So I'm sure there is other ones that are out there that maybe is a little bit cheaper than the NutriMeal. And I do have three other meals that will be trying as well as the NutriMeal. I have the hand crank one. I have a stainless steel one. Now the stainless steel one, the reason I purchased it was to ground corn for cornmeal, because I really don't want cornmeal ran through the NutriMeal. I would want that to be all flour. And then the other one that I purchased, again, it does larger batches. So if I need more than just a couple of cups, like today I'm making banana bread, I only needed 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So I do have the other new one, which I have not tried yet. It has come in, and it'll be for the larger batches of flour. They do say that if you are grounding your own meal, to use your flour as you're grinding it. So unless you're going to be making something that's going to be using all of the flour and you can use it up, be careful what you are grinding. So I only have 2.5 cups, which is what I'm going to need for 2 loaves of banana bread today for my recipe. And I have just a little bit left over. And I'm going to put this in a container because I'm going to be making baked steak for dinner. And I always roll my steaks in flour before I brown them, and put them, get them ready to put in the oven. So I'll be using up this little bit that I have left over when I fix my dinner this evening with my baked steaks. And again, this is the store-bought white, and this is the fresh ground. And if I kind of pinch it up there, maybe you can see a little better. It is nice and fine. Hopefully you can see that. It could be just a little bit finer, a little bit, it's still just a little bit coarse, but I'm going to see how this works with my banana bread. And then, again, this is the first time I've tried it. I did it on a live, sharing this with you. So far, I'm impressed. I will try different textures on this, and then I will also try the hard white wheat berries and make some homemade bread. But today, I'm just going to make the banana bread. I've got things ready here for my banana bread. I've got my nuts chopped and ready. I've got my bananas over here ready, my pans. So I'm going to go ahead and get some banana bread started today using for the very first time, my own ground all-purpose flour, using the NutriGrain from my thumbnail and the soft white wheat berries that you've seen on my thumbnail. So I hope this was informative. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. I'm new at doing all of this, and right now I'm kind of limited on my space in the kitchen because we're remodeling, and we have one half of the kitchen done. If you've been following me on some of my lives and watching some of my lives, then you've already heard me say that. But these dark cabinets behind me are the ones that we're getting ready to take down. And in my thumbnail, you've seen my pretty all-natural hickory cabinets, and those are what is going to be put up on this side. This is the side we left. It was getting into winter and into the holidays, so I did not want to give up my sink and my counter during the holidays and cooking. So now that it's summertime and I can use the grill, we're going to go ahead and get started on this, and hopefully my kitchen will be completely remodeled at some point. I'm not in any hurry. I'm happy with what we have. So what do I think of the NutriMeal? So far, I like it. Again, like I said, it is, I didn't bring the big box out, but it is the NutriMeal Harvest. And it does come with this owner's manual or owner's guide. And it says if you want more information or recipes, this is a very small guide. It does give you a QR code to scan, and then it does give you your operating step by step, and then how to clean step by step. So far I'm impressed, and I'll let you know what I think of it the more I use it. But I think to find the texture that you want, you'll have to just kind of keep turning it until you can find the texture that you feel comfortable with. I think I could have went a little bit finer, but not much. I mean, that's awful close. It does feel almost a little bit heavy yet. So I'll see how my bread turns out, my banana bread. And on my next live, I'll let you know how that turned out. So, that's all I have today. And it's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend. So we're going to be going to the camper. And setting up the new grill at the camper. It's a small grill. It's not a big grill like here at home. It's not the big man grill like my husband's used to. It's a smaller grill. It is gas for the camper. So we will be setting up the new grill, trying it out, and having an absolutely wonderful weekend. So I've got a lot to get done today. I have to get all of my laundry finished and everything packed, and get everything ready to take to the camper. And if you've been watching me, you know I'm always trying to get things put together and ready. I did go ahead and make some chicken jerky for the puppies to take to the camper. And I have taken a lot of my mason jars down to the camper already, so I do have a few more things that I'm wanting to get together and take down this weekend. And it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful, so I can't wait. I'm sure the puppies are ready for that. They just absolutely loved the camper, and that was their second trip, and they absolutely loved it. So I'll bring you along when I'm at the camper, or maybe into a live or two this weekend. And then I'll let you know what I think of the banana bread made with the whole wheat flour, or all-purpose flour, not whole wheat, all-purpose flour that I just ground this morning. And if you did stop in and you watched this video, I want to thank you. And as always, don't be afraid to try new things in the kitchen. It's fun. This was all new for me, and I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was very loud. That was a jump scare for me. I wasn't sure how loud it was going to be, so I do apologize for that. So, until next time, have an absolutely wonderful day. Enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy the sunshine. And until next time, be kind. Be kind to one another. We need to see more of that. Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.